Quick, what's the hottest new blazingly fast programming language out right now? Rust.
But Chris, what even is Rust, and why do we need so many programming languages?
Shh. I hear you, and I'm going to tell you. Here is Rust, as explained by an AI. Great, thank you. But Chris, I don't care about all that. I want to see it in action. I'm Chris Kalos, I like computers, and today I'm going to be showing you some Rust applications you absolutely need to download. Do you ever feel like the basic Unix commands just aren't fast enough? Firstly, that's oddly specific. Secondly, you're not alone, because apparently so do the developers of these next few apps. First of all, forget that pesky ls command that you're used to. Exa is a terminal application that replaces ls built in Rust that promises even more performance and inner compatibility. Okay, fine. It also has colors. It does basically the same things as ls, but it has added features such as colors to differentiate between file types and permissions, and it's also aware of symlinks, extended attributes, and git. You can use it to outright replace ls on your system by creating aliases in the configuration file of the shell binary you use, like bash or zsh. For example, I've set ls to run exa instead, and I've set ll to run exa-la, so I can run these familiar commands and still get the great experience that exa provides. Remember the cat command, the one that makes a cow tell you a cat fact? What do you mean that's not what it does? Oh, okay. Okay. Remember the cat command, the one that stands for concatenate? That one. Well, there's a Rust replacement for that one too. It's called bat. It's like a cat, although it's nothing like one, and it has wings.
Chris, how can you improve a utility that literally prints out the contents of a file? What even is there to improve?
I'll show you.
Aww.
It's scrollable, it's beautiful, it's colorful, it's... I ran out of full adjectives, but it's great, and it's certifiably spookier than a cat. Grep is one of the Unix commands. Jokes aside, grep is used to find files and keyword occurrences in Unix-like systems, and so much more. I'll admit, I don't know how it works, I don't know how to use it. Every time I want a grep command, I just go to ChatGPT and I ask it what to type. Unfortunately, that's not going to change with this next utility, but it's sure as hell gonna get a lot faster. Ripgrep is a replacement for grep that color codes results and promises to find them faster than any other tool. In my test, I timed both grep and ripgrep on the same task, and grep took 0.7 seconds, which you think is pretty fast, right? It's pretty fast. Ripgrep took 0.07 seconds. That's 10 times faster. All while looking better and showing the results as they come in instead of all at once at the end. Whether you're trying to replace your system utilities with Rust apps or trying to find new apps to do the trick, finding files seems to be a very common task that people need to do, so there's another app called fselect to do the job for you. If you're familiar with SQL syntax, you're going to be right at home with this one because it uses a simplified SQL-like syntax to find files within your drives. Its syntax is quite powerful. Here's an example. I want to find any file with a file name starting with donut, followed by anything after it within my home folder. I'm using sudo to give it permissions for all the folders, but it does not require admin privileges. fselect found 2 files from my coding folder, but it didn't stop there. It also recursed through my entire home folder and found all files whose file name starts with donut, all within 13 seconds. Pretty good. If you want to find files in a more graphical way within your terminal and also analyze your disk space, Dua is the application for you. No, not that Dua. I found it while looking for exactly this kind of app, a graphical terminal app to analyze disk usage. I needed it for my home server, and it not only happened to exist, but it also happened to be coded in Rust. Its speed is only limited by your drive speed, to be honest, because this thing is fast. Here it is running on an Intel Core 2 Duo with a 1TB SATA SSD in the root directory. I can see which directories are taking up the most space on my drive, and I can even put them in Dua's trash can, or just delete them right away. Goodbye, pesky files. Moving on to more desktop-oriented apps, Espanso is a text expander. Oh, you don't know what a text expander is? A text expander is an app that replaces text shortcuts that you type with predetermined customizable strings. Kind of like what Discord does when you type the name of an emoji with colons on either side. Espanso can do this system-wide, and while macOS has this feature in its system settings, Windows and Linux don't. I'm definitely going to be using it on my Windows PC because I'm so frustrated by the lack of this feature within that OS. I just want a shortcut to the Tim Cook greeting, damn it! Okay, I've avoided it long enough. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Not that one, no. I'm talking about RustDesk, because in my last video about remote desktop software, I received a lot of comments saying that I missed RustDesk. And the truth is, I did. I just didn't encounter it in all my search somehow. However, after testing it, I can attest to its feature richness and reliability. Can you believe this thing is coded in Rust? This app is proof that Rust is not just a programming language for silly terminal utilities. It can also make beautiful and functional desktop apps for the general public and not just for us nerds. And hey, if you want to build your own desktop app in Rust but you only know how to develop front-end UIs in TypeScript, first of all, learn a better language. And secondly, Tauri is there for you. Tauri is a framework that allows you to write apps in Rust and package them with a TypeScript frontend, much like what Electron does with JavaScript. Where Tauri is better than Electron, however, is in package size and resource management. An Electron package starts at 150 megabytes minimum with little to no functionality, whereas a Tauri package can be as little as 600 kilobytes according to Tauri. Also, Electron apps are notorious resource hogs. This is because Electron packages contain a version of the Chromium browser within them, regardless of whether you have Chromium installed on your computer or not. Tauri apps, on the other hand, will rarely ever take up more than 200 megabytes of RAM, regardless of the complexity of the application's functionality. Tauri uses each system's native web rendering framework, which means it doesn't have to contain an entire browser just to display a goddamn note-taking app. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed these Rust-built applications, and tell me if I missed any in the comments. You're pretty good at that. I'm Kalos, I like computers, and I'll see you next time.